Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you how to start a conversation when you have nothing to talk about, or at least when you think that you have nothing to talk about, because I'll be giving you 4 easy conversation topics that you can use to talk to someone about something, even when you think that you have nothing to say. Let's get right to it. The first thing that you can use to start a conversation is that you can sort of comment on the location or occasion, okay? So let's say that you are at a banquet hall for a wedding and you want to talk to someone there, but you think that you don't have anything to talk about. You want to start a conversation, but you don't know what to say. You can ask them how they know the bride or the groom, okay? You can ask them if they've been at a different event at that banquet hall before. You can ask them if they like the food or service at the banquet hall. You can ask them if they've been anywhere around the location of the banquet hall recently. You could talk about the neighborhood that the banquet hall is in. So you can comment on the occasion or location. And that literally applies to anywhere and anything, okay? So you can literally use that at any time when you're trying to start a conversation with anybody, okay? So that's already a given, okay? The second thing that you can do is you can ask a question that requires an explanation as an answer. So you can simply ask them something like, what do you do for a living? And, most people like to talk about themselves. So they're not just going to say, oh, well, I'm an accountant. And if they do answer with a simple question, you can say, well, can you tell me more about what you do as your job? Like, what does your job entail? And that's the way to get them to keep on talking. Now, like I said, most people really enjoy talking about themselves. So if you ask them an open-ended question, a question that requires an explanational answer, then what's going to happen is they're going to end up getting to talk about themselves. And because most people enjoy doing that, you're going to sort of start a conversation that can easily be extended, okay? Very, very easy tactic. And you can ask them any open-ended question, any question that requires an explanation as an answer, okay? The third thing that you can do to start a conversation is to talk about current events. Now, literally, wherever you live, whatever is happening in the world or locally right at that point, you can talk about that. So if there's a convention, a big convention, a local convention that's going on, you can ask them if they've ever been to the convention, if they've had any experiences with that convention, okay? If there's something else that's going on locally that's a current event or even internationally, then you can talk about that current event. And the cool thing is that you can apply this method at pretty much any time because there's always something that is going on. There's always a current event, whether it's local or international, at any given time you can use this tactic, okay? And last but not least, the fourth tactic, the fourth strategy that I want to go over is to think about things that you've talked about before. Now, this one will only apply to, someone that you've spoken to before. So if you've spoken to this person before and you want to start a conversation with them, then think about the previous topics that you've spoken about. If the person, has spoken about soccer before, then you might want to bring up something soccer related, like what's your favorite soccer team? Why do you like that soccer team so much? If you haven't spoken to them before, then maybe you know someone that knows them, and maybe you can talk about that mutual friend. Like, think about a connection point of you and that person. And if you can find a connection point, whether it's a previous conversation with them or a mutual friend or something that you saw them do earlier on in the night or the day, then it's going to help you to start a conversation, because that's an easy conversation starter. And that's basically it. In this video, I've told you how to start a conversation when you have nothing to talk about, but I've told you 4 easy things that you can easily talk about. So it's just a matter of, you think that you have nothing to talk about, but I've given you 4 opportunities, so use these 4 opportunities. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know some conversation topics that you've used before that have helped you start conversations in the comment section down below. And above all, please be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.